how have you been able to come out swinging from some of the lowest moments as an entertainer in this social media age where some people just don't shut up?
I feel like, how do I explain this? When you fall, you fall. Some people, I'm going to give 2 examples.
Yes.
Some people cover it and just come right back up like, yeah, I'm good. And some people actually feel the pain.
They live through it.
They nurse the pain. They try to heal. And then they come back stronger. That is the side I am.
You ask me where I get all my energy from. From the stage to the studio and to my desk. I am the energy god. And you can be one too.
You're listening to Adeshokwe Live, the Afrobeats podcast.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to another edition of Adeshokwe Live, the official Afrobeats podcast, here in the heart of London at the Afromedia Studios. Big shout outs to everybody supporting, subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. We appreciate you. Make sure you go across all platforms to where you get your podcast. That's Apple, AudioMac, Spotify. Comment, subscribe, share. We appreciate it. Let's get the numbers going up so we don't have to wait for anybody else to promote our culture, and we have the platforms to do that. It's brought to you by the Energy God Energy Drink. You already know, drink and be yourself. Stay energized. Of course, make sure you have that liquid in your system. It's very hot nowadays, so we don't want nobody collapsing on the streets. This is where we break down the hot topics of the Afropop culture, and we get some superstar guests to come into the studio to have a one-on-one conversation with me right here. Now, all the way from Lagos, Nigeria, Surulere, to be exact, is one of the voices of our culture, the voice of a generation, the falsetto that's killing the girls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for my own brother, Oxlade from Africa. My brother, listen. First of all, the money is long.
Amen.
Listen, it's, first of all, I'm very happy to have you in the studio. I'm very proud of your achievements, your exploits, your growth, your presence in this culture, especially coming off of a hard graft of definitely around 7+ years. How do you feel now, and how does it feel to finally be touching and feeling the place of your dreams?
Honestly, I'm grateful for the achievements that God has blessed me with. But these achievements make me more hungry. So I'm more thirsty. I never look back. I said this in one interview like few months ago. Looking back feeds your ego, but like looking forward increases your hunger to achieve more.
Let me write that down right there. We're never too old to learn. Looking back feeds your ego, and looking forward does what?
Gives you more hunger to achieve something. So I never really looked back at these achievements. In as much as, everybody's around me trying to make me realize what I've done. I want to be able to imagine what I can do.
Let's talk about let's go a little back with music. You've talked about music starting for you very early on in life, going into the choir, spotting that there was an ability to sing. It's not only an ability to sing. You're one of the very few people that I'm aware of African descent that has this level in your tone. I'm talking the legend Wande Coal. I'm talking my brother from Cameroon, Taisi, it's just a few people. So when you even started singing, was that the first thing that was identifiable with Oxlade? That level, that pitch of your voice? Or was it just a singing ability?
I used to use falsetto as backups.
Hmm.
To just stack up my vocals back then, and I would always use my belly voice. Even as far back as Mami Water, I wasn't really using my falsetto back then. But as the sound evolved, as the music evolved, as I created O2, I think that was the first song. I think it was between O2 and Wait For You.
Wow.
That I actually discovered and hacked it. That I think my X factor is the falsetto. But, the falsetto is being accompanied by lots of different vocal textures. And I feel like thanks to the choir background and the boy band that I was back in church, thanks to the rap battles I did in school, secondary school, I'm just like a perfect blend of my history. Like my music is a result of everything I learned from. So these people you mentioned are the people that actually inspired me to stick to the sound. That's Wande and Tyke. Wande's my dad. Everybody knows. Like, there's no single interview you go or you would watch about Oxlade that you wouldn't hear me giving the Don Wande the props. But Tyke is a very, very special situation because, like, way back 2018, when I was making songs like Sing, like Legend, everybody was making fast-paced music.
Yes.
Everybody was making
Everybody was
Bedu.
trying to get on the dance floor.
So people were like, "Oh, Mo, you have to leave this your singing PO and come and give us Bedu because singing no jaw."
Na hunger.
If you
Singing na hunger.
So seeing people like Tyke actually do it and still make money from it and still get famous from it. Tyke, Yalevis.
Yalevis,
Yeah,
my
those
brother.
two. Like, I'll literally go to their DMs begging them like, "Yo, big bro, just check my music out. I want to be like you so bad." Like, I celebrated my birthday with Tyke in LA like last year, and then I showed him
The DMs.
the message, and he had goosebumps. And having fast forward to 2020 pandemic period, I discovered Tyke was jamming to my music. Every interview he went to, he would always shout me out, and he would say, "Oh, this is my pandemic music. This is what I'm listening to." So, like,
even though you had never connected.
it's a full circle at the end of the day. And I thank God I stuck to this sound. If anything at all, I can just get better in this sound.
Facts. Now, you talk about your upbringing and, a lot of things making you who you are now. Let's talk about Surulere. Let's talk about, home, the beginning. What is Surulere like? And how important is that area of Lagos State to your development as a human being and as a musician?
So, a lot of people argue about this, so you're going to hear for the first time on this podcast. I was originally born in Mushi, Mushi Onlosha.
The street.
Actually. And, after my secondary school, I moved to my dad's, who stayed in Surulere. So, basically, I became a man, or I learned that to become a man is not easy in Surulere. But when I was back in Mushi, my grandma was always cooking food. We didn't really know the value of 3 square meal back then because we were blessed. We would go to school, come back, there's already food, there's this, there's that. She would get us Christmas clothes. So the evolution of me becoming a man started in Surulere. That is why I always say I am coming from Surulere, because that is where I understood life. After my university, my dad said I have to, not just my dad actually, everybody in the family said I had to go get 9 to 5 because if you use this music,
go guarantee now.
straight up, you get me. So because of that, I ran away from the house. So I'm a proper Osanle.
But when people say that, where do you go? Because me, when I was growing up in Nigeria and I was home with my parents, like, some of those people that would be like, I'm angry, they leave home. I'm always thinking, where will I go?
So
who will take me now?
I used to sleep in under the barracks bridge sometimes. And sometimes I'll spend 3 days in Ojabi's house,
No way.
3 days in Naya's house, 3 days in Giovanni's house. And sometimes if the sea finish is too much, I'll just go to the bridge. So like
The bridge.
yeah, Barracks Bridge, Ojolegba Barracks Bridge. There's a firefighting station, like there's a firefighter station right beside the bridge where like I just used to enter the gate. Some of the malams there.
Because a lot of people are always there working overnight,
Yeah,
selling stuff.
some of the Meruas that used to sell water there, I'll just tell them that how far I do. So like basically, basically, you know, having to leave the house unprecedented changed my life because that's when I understood the meaning of the word hustle. I was selling BRT tickets at the same barracks, and then I was. So it's 3 hours from like 6 a.m. to like 11 a.m. I'm in Ojolegba Barracks.
God damn.
And then from like 12, I'll go chop bread and beans. Then from 1 to like 7, I'm at the cyber cafe selling tickets.
No way.
Yeah, and then overnight, I serve food at this plaza, like eatery, where like
Drivers
Ritalori. Yeah,
lorry guys.
Ritalori. So like I used to go to Ritalori and serve food and make money. Like it was like I think it was like 500 just to survive.
And those times, what I always wanted to ask people that were so determined like you to say, I'm going to step out of the house, I'm going to find my way. And were there moments where, you know, maybe under the rain and when you're thinking, maybe I should go home, man?
Yes. There are moments like that. There are moments where like I'm somewhere around Costain and I only have 15 naira. And that 15 naira is two things. I can use that 15 naira to enter bus to Jolegba, but I'll be hungry. So I will use that 15 naira to buy biscuits.
And walk. God damn it. Bro, man, these guys.
So the day that I did that thing to a certain level, I just looked at my life like, like the realization dawned on me, but like 2 weeks later, Mami Water dropped. So I was still in the streets when Mami Water dropped.
No
I was
way.
still in the low.
How were you recording during those times when you were hustling? You know, how were you getting to the studio? What was the hustle like to even be able to record music?
So at some point, I used to travel to Onitsha to go and record for free. But like, when I realized that I can't be doing that from time to time, I surrounded myself with the right people, the people I needed, and I knew that would benefit from me too. Ojabi is a producer, by the way.
No way.
He's a record producer. He literally entered the managerial role when everything stepped up and we needed to be there for each other.
Needed to step up.
Yeah. Naya, one of the biggest video directors right now, is my brother, and like, you know, I was his muse from the jump. Like now me they use shoots, they rehearse, you get me? Like
Wow.
easy one Nokia back then, couldn't even afford a camera.
Nokia.
So I'll record at Ojabi's place, I'll give it to Naya, he will shoot it. And if you look at these people right now, like every single one of them are becoming men of their own.
They're placed now.
And that's the joy about, you know, selecting the right friends. You know, so I would say I would give that to the people around me and to the fact that we are equally beneficial to both parties. You
Yeah.
get me? So basically, there's nothing stronger than union. Like there's a reason why they say there are some cabal. The reason why people group themselves
together.
is when they have similar interests.
Talk
And
that
I see
talk.
nothing wrong about that.
Talk that talk.
Yeah.
Talk that talk. Listen, you also mentioned briefly, you touched on your grandma having raised you in Mushi because you had said previously in the past that you lost your mom
Yeah.
at an early age. How did that loss impact you, and how important is your grandma?
So the loss didn't really hurt me that
'Cause you were
much.
young.
I was 3. The moment it hurt me was when I was like 10. And, you know, everybody was stepping out of the class, you know, front of the class to tell us what their mom does for them. You know, that was when, you know, I was the only boy that couldn't step out. And I cried myself to the house that day. And my grandma said, yes, I'm your mom. As from today, anybody, anywhere you go to, tell them I'm your mom. So that's why, like, I would sometimes call her my mom by default. And that's what she is. That's who she is to me. So what happened was, like, in the early times, they didn't really want to tell me that I was motherless. So every time on my birthday, they would arrange a gift and send it to me. They would say, your mommy sent this from America.
Wow.
So on that 10 year, on the 10th year of my life was my birthday. After Mother's Day just passed. So that thing was already ringing in my head. There was already Facebook. Even if there was no social media. But at least, let me even talk to this woman. And then my grandma looked at her children and she was like, Otigbon. Take us off. And that's how I knew. From 10 years till now, I can tell you for free that my grandma is my best friend. Because, like, ever since then, the doctrines, the etiquettes, the mannerism of which you approach, how you treat humans, how you absorb or how you handle disrespect. She taught me everything. When to strike and when not to. When to apologize and when to admit your flaws. Everything I know about this life is from that woman.
Wow.
So she's as integral as the oxygen I breathe to me. And I feel like she's the one that actually pushes me, because it makes no sense for someone to work that hard to raise a child and the child does not make you more. Like, what's the essence of raising you if you cannot raise me? You understand? Like, I told you that, but the least you can do is be successful.
Take care of me.
Yeah, the least you can do is be successful.
Damn. Now let's talk about the music. You talked about rapping, which meant that anybody that has the ability to rap usually has the ability to write too. You know, you're a storyteller.
Yeah.
And Nigeria, for some reason, I don't know how we got into this world of where musicians don't like crediting writers. It's like we act like it's not, a writer doesn't exist. What is your music making process like? Do you engage writers? Do you put pen to paper yourself? Do you talk about your own personal stories? How does your music creation process look like?
My music is my journal. It's like a melodic journal. Like, it's me talking about my life. So I would confess, I've never, for the past 6 years that I've been making music, Intoxicated is the first song that I let someone else assist me with some lines.
That's the one featuring our brother, Dave.
Yeah. I have these boys, their name is the Kazis. Amazing guys. I think you should actually keep tabs on them. They're also artists, songwriters. They're a duo. They're a twin.
Wow.
So, like, they actually assisted me with some songs on the album also. And, me seeing my life after Colossa and, after Away, after Ojuju, I just felt like I can't do this alone anymore. I've been doing this alone and it makes sense.
A lot of it.
Expansion breeds quality.
Facts.
Like the more heads that contributing to something, the more classic it becomes.
Absolutely.
There's some things that you might be recording in the studio, but like due to the fact that somebody's beside you and you just adds jara, it's that jara that actually your song
that
needs.
completes the song.
So, like, I never underestimate the power of team effort. I never underestimate the power of songwriters. But before this song go, I've been running it for myself.
No way. So, Ojuju more wait for you, like away
everything. Mami Water.
And most of the records that you've mentioned here, most of the records that you are known for are records about love, relationships. How much experience do you have, my brother? My brother.
I mean, like,
come on. What? Because I'm listening, like me, when I listen to your music, you are one of the few artists, like, I don't listen to projects when I'm listening to you. I don't listen to projects when I'm listening to Tyke. I go to your name
It's okay.
and I play everything.
Nah, I'm a witness of that. I see you do that.
I play everything, and I have moods where like I'm coming here today and I'm just feeling all right. Let me go play Incomplete. Let me just go play more.
Yeah,
Let
you're
me
one
just,
of them too.
Yeah,
You're one of the people that actually gives attention to those songs I don't expect people to give.
because what you say in a lot of records are probably experiences that people like myself have gone through, and I'm
Yeah.
like, so you connect
It's
to those
realistic,
records
yeah.
exactly. So how do you? Are you in a relationship thinking, oh man, I'm about to write about you, girl? Like, like, oh, you hurt me? I'm putting this to paper. Or
So-
it just comes.
Yeah, one of the attributes of being a songwriter also is that you can convey your feelings into art. Yes, I've gone through bare relationship situations where it might not be that I knew that I was trying to write a song with it, but I just wrote. And then when I was in the studio, I went to the notepad and I started using those words for the song.
Wow.
That is a way. Another way is I could actually just form melodies, random melodies, and then sit back, relax, rewind every experience I've been through, and then add it to the music. So it gets as it come, and as the spirit leads. You understand? But yeah, I've been through a lot.
Are you someone that, you talk about sitting back? Do you like your own quiet space, or you enjoy a lot of company for just inspiration? Are you someone that kind of sits down and, because the perception we get from music makers like yours, the love songs and stuff, is like they're always very cool. They like to be in their own kind of space type of, that's the vibe we get, but we might be wrong.
When I am creating, the genesis of my creation, I love serenity. I love to be alone. But when I start to build, because like I don't just record and drop it. Intoxicated is like 3 years old.
No way.
Yeah.
Sounds like it was just made like yesterday.
So the thing is, I make an idea and then I start to build it. Change some lines, add some bass.
How do you remember
add
to
some
go back to
percussions.
that?
They're like my babies. They're my creations. Like, if you don't take your time to create some songs or to create anything, it's going to sound washed. Yeah, like if you rush in, you rush out. I'm not looking for hit song. I'm looking for classics.
Say that again.
I'm not looking for hit songs. I'm looking for classics.
Looking for classics. Because those are those that stand the test of time.
Yeah, I mean, it weighs 3 years old, but he still bangs.
Wait.
Kulosa is a year old. It still bangs. Like O2 from nowhere just blew up last year.
Just went crazy.
So like, these songs are old, but they still have value right now. I don't want to mention names, but like I know of a lot of artists that dropped songs last year that blew up.
Yeah.
But
it's gone now.
Yeah, basically. So I'm not trying to impress. I'm trying to leave a long-lasting image in your head.
You built a core fan base for a while. I have family members in my house that are like staunch Oxlade fans from the get-go. When it wasn't cool, it wasn't public. They're like Oxlade. They listen to everything.
Real.
Yeah. My daughter listens to everything. She's been on Oxlade for years. So they're fans like that. That even now they're kind of angry. They're jealous. Like, who's all these other closer fans? You understand what I mean? Yeah. They jealous. Like, no. All these people, man. Like, yo, what's all of this? These people they're listening to. One of the questions I wanted to ask you is, how do you cater to those day one fans when they come to concerts now? Because you have big records that have become pop, Afro pop classics. But you have those ones that were listening 4 or 5 years ago. How do you think of those guys in the audience? Because the loudest people in the room are the ones that I want to hear. The closer ones are the loudest in the room now.
Yeah, I feel you. So you came to, luckily for me, you came to a concert I had last in South Bank.
Yep.
And the first song I performed was Legend.
I love that.
On purpose.
Facts.
Just to remind them where it started from.
Facts.
Just to remind them that where I am today is a result of the prophecy I made in this song. So like, basically, there's no how I can neglect my other songs. I feel like my catalog, there's nothing to neglect about it. Like my entire catalog, I just had the opportunity to work with Bob Marley. Like he just put out a new song with me and Tenny. Whitney Houston also. Like these people.
When I'm seeing that on the EPK. I'm like, PR is stunting on this EPK, man. You know what I mean?
You can't have those kind of people and affiliate with them if your catalog is not worth affiliating.
And if your talent isn't up there.
Yeah, basically. So the old songs also matter.
Facts.
And the day one fans also matter. They are the actual pillars of the Oxlade brand, the first evangelizers. They were the ones that spread the word.
1000%.
And I also say every time I'm performing.
I agree.
Anytime I'm about to perform O2, anytime I'm about to perform this, day zero songs, I say this one is strictly for my day one fans. Just to balance the envy, just to make the closer fans feel jealous.
They don't play. the day one fans, they go in. Yeah. Now, looking at, especially the last couple of years, with the heights and the successes that you've also had dark times that you've had to pull yourself back up. One of the, big questions I always wanted to ask a young man like you, because even OGs like us, when we stumble, sometimes we find it hard.
Are humans, bro?
So how have you been able to come out swinging from some of the lowest moments as an entertainer in this social media age where some people just don't shut up?
I feel like, how do I explain this? When you fall. Some people, I'm going to give 2 examples.
Yes.
Some people cover it and just come right back up like, yeah, I'm good. And some people actually feel the pain.
They live through it.
They nurse the pain. They try to heal. And then they come back stronger. That is the side I am. I cried. Is that what you want to hear? I cried. Like, yes, I went through it. Like, I went to rehab for it.
I remember speaking to you and you told me you were there.
Yeah, for like 3 months. I just came back and I saw my song was the biggest song in the world.
3 months you were taking care of yourself, rehab.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, some people don't know, but, like, celebrities are also humans.
Facts.
I mean, we breathe the same air you guys breathe. You guys literally feed us. If we're being honest, the streamings, the merch, the endorsement deals, all comes from you guys. So we're the same. We're literally the same people. We just work to serve you guys good music. That's just the difference. Do you understand? So like, if they have that in mind, and the world, I mean, my community also starts to develop the habit of being conscious of the human feeling.
Of what we say.
Yeah, it's going to go a long way. But I'm not the only person that can change it. It has to be all of us.
Facts.
To go while I'm a fix.
Facts.
At the end of the day, there's no joy in celebrating a man's downfall. Like, I see no reason why you should be excited that a man is down, and that has to stop. That mindset has to stop. I understand the competition is real. But is it that deep? Do you understand? Like,
Whiskey said, after every competition, we still want each other to win.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I understand you want to be the baddest, but like at the detriment of me, like, is there any joy in that type of win? The greatest win is even when your competitors
also win,
are celebrating
Facts.
You, regardless of the fact that you're outdoing them.
Facts. Messi scored a hat-trick at Real Madrid. The Real Madrid fans.
That's sportsmanship.
Yeah.
It's called like professional fair play.
Yes.
Do you understand? Like, we have to first of all cleanse ourselves. Yeah. Before, the world can see us as clean.
Facts.
So like, that's the journey I'm begging Nigerians to embark on now.
Facts. There was one moment though that I felt crazy defensive of you. Like, I'm even calling management. I'm calling PR. I'm losing my mind when the video at the Indigo 2 where the production was crazy. And I'm like, Gracie knows. I'm calling Ojabi. You should have seen my message to Ojabi, man. I'm messaging Gracie. I'm like, he needs to rest. I don't give a damn how much they paying. He must rest. He must rest. My daughter was the first person that hit me up. Because, this is the Oxlade fan. So she's crazy on TikTok. She's losing her mind that these people don't know. He can sing. Da-da-da-da-da. How did you feel when you go through circumstances like this that really it's not the artist's fault? You're having technical problems. You're having sound problems. You can't even hear what your band is playing. You don't even know what key is coming through. But because you're contracted to perform, you just wanted to give a show. And you leave the stage and you get clips that show you and make you think like, yo, you can't do this. What was that like for you?
The bigger the level, the bigger the devil. That's what that was the caption I made for the post on that Indigo 2 event, because I just God has been blessing me. So it just dawned on me that yes, so there's still some
There's
people,
going to be some.
Yeah, there's still going to be stumbling blocks.
Facts.
But that one hit me because on stage, to be fair with you, that night I gave the audience the best show.
The energy.
Like, I gave the audience on stage what I was hearing, the feedback I was hearing was magnificent. Like, I was looking at my team, like the price has gone up. And then coming online to see total opposite was
heartbreaking.
Yeah, man, it was heartbreaking. I had belly cramps after that performance. I was sleeping on the floor in pains for that performance, just to get that,
just to give that, and then to come out
and get that. It was next level. But the thing also gingered me. I won't lie. Because now I'm just I'm on a run.
You don't play now.
I'm bullying anybody that needs to hear me.
Yeah. You're like, listen, I need the band to stop playing. Y'all gonna get this work.
Like, now every time I try my best, even though, the adrenaline is high, I'm not the type of artist that you need to sing or you need to jump or you need to do anything. Just come and listen to music.
I sent you that message in New York.
Yeah.
That don't bother.
Just come and listen to music.
I want to watch Oxlade.
Let me singing and scatter your head.
Facts.
That's what you paid for.
1000%.
Right? If you want to turn up, the artists that will turn up come on set.
Go to the next room.
You get me?
I
serenade for a living.
Facts.
Talk
that talk.
I sing to make you smile.
Facts.
If you want to jump and sweat, there are artists that actually have those kind of music.
That have been paid for that.
Do you get me? So this is heads up to what you should be expecting in an Oxlade show.
Hence why the girls are from wall to wall in an Oxlade show. Listen, now it's like 2023. You've had one of the biggest records of the culture in 2022 coming into this year. Like you said, you were away taking care of yourself, and you come out to the world, and your record was on top of the world. This record, how much expectations did you put behind this record? Did you think it was going to move the needle this much? And secondly, how did you feel when you came out of your healing process and saw what this record was doing?
Zero expectations. It was not even a track. It was a performance. Everybody was doing colors back then. Literally, I know of 5 other artists that did wonderfully well.
Facts.
On that same platform. This is also me thanking Colors for actually flying to Nigeria.
Yes, they recorded 20-something or something.
I was battling with Schengen, and I was one of the artists that they really wanted to make stuff with, and they just flew to Nigeria to come and shoot it. Mind you, I recorded Colossa 2 days after the tragic moment. So you understand. You
were in pain at your lowest ebb.
Yeah, my eyes were closed all through that performance. I was not there. It's like someone that has accepted defeat and has nothing to lose, but is just singing. You understand? It's like for example, probably God forbid, someone loses someone and he has cried for 2 days. And he loves to play football, so he just decides to go and play football, at least to do what he loves.
Just to.
You get me? And right after that performance, I broke down. 2 days later, I went to London, rehab straight. So it wasn't like I had any rollouts. It was just the color show.
You just did it and went to take care of yourself.
Yeah. I came back. The song was already gaining momentum. And then I felt so good. I saw TikTok. And I used to use CKay as a point of contact in my prayers back then. Because, like, when Love Wanting thing first broke out, it was like, damn. So Afrobeats can actually do these numbers.
From nowhere.
God. You see CKay, I beg, do my own now. How far?
And he answered the prayers.
And, like, it just started happening. And it's not like, I understand that God did his thing, but nobody knows the side where I was making 3 contents every day on TikTok for this song.
And you were reposting everybody's TikTok when everybody started to do their own, even painting tattoos.
Yeah, they made a timeline, a thread for me on Twitter. Like, he's cringe. Why is he making videos to this song?
No way.
Oxlade don't turn influencer. Yes, now I got subbed for my hustle, like for my grind, where I dey work hard to feed my family. People they sub me, like that even inspired me more to go harder. And then when the song broke out to become a success, it gave me joy because the success was the best answer.
It.
Yeah, you understand? Like, it's different when you know, like, yes,
I put in this work.
You know, I put in this work. You never really know the value if you're giving for free. So I understand and I appreciate God for actually blessing
your hard
me
work
and making sure I realize that I need to work towards this.
Facts.
So
Facts.
basically, it's no expectations. I didn't know it would get this big. And then when I saw the potentials, I put fire on that. So, you know, it's like talent meets opportunity. Preparation. You have to be ready for anything.
Absolutely.
Do you understand? So, yeah.
Listen, you've had, coming from that record, you've had big moments. Wizkid pulled you out in France when the record was #1 on the charts in France. I was like, now that's when you want to perform a record.
Yeah.
When you are currently the hottest record in that country.
Yeah.
What was that moment like?
So firstly, Wiz is like, he's from my hood.
Surely representing.
So the connection is there. It's been there. He literally pulled me up for O2 also.
I remember you flew in to it for the first O2 show.
That was my first time in London, by the way. So the first show I ever did in London was at the O2. Yeah, the one for France, I was in the UK, and I was like, when I saw the sign, the billboard, like Wizkid at Corona, I just spoke to Gracie. I'd like to actually perform in this show.
Wow.
Yeah, like this show is like, France is buzzing right now for me. These are the kind of places that I want to show up. Then DJ Tunes hits me up. Yo, Baba said make you show for Akko. I'm like, what? What's going on? Okay. He sends me his number, I buzz Wiz. He says, pull up on me. I enter train. Oh yeah. Paris, yeah.
Je suis.
I got to Paris.
Down.
I thought like I was going to open the show or something. I went to his backstage. He said, calm down. You are only perform. They go, how are you? Okay.
Egun. Egun fẹ́ gbé mi jáde.
I said, okay, no wahala. And luckily for me, I had like high fashion. One of my bros, Raman Jago.
Shout out my brother Raman Jago, high fashion all the way. And
that day, like before I even entered London, I told him that I won't wear high fashion for place we be say, because Closer was buzzing. Like instead of make I wear all those household names, now Niger clothes I want to wear for all these big venues. So he just gave me one reflective up and down 2-piece. I wore it CKay. 1 hour in, Wizkid just told them to call me. As I was climbing that stage, I've never heard that kind of noise in my life. No, I've never heard that kind of noise in my life. The noise was making my legs shake. Like, I'm human, no. Like, forget all this Oxlade that we are doing up and down. Like, the noise and me climbing the stage to see the acceptance. That was when I knew that, yes, all these years of hard work, all these years of grinding, all these years of self-doubt, this is what we were working towards. This is the essence for the grind and the hustle. This is why I need to keep dropping bangers. Do you understand?
So felt great.
Yeah.
What about the team? You know, Gracie. I know Gracie's always professional. You know, she ain't gonna show no emotions. But Ojabi, how was everybody at that moment? Because when I got the video, I was on my way. I was on the what's it called, Eurostar, and they said, "Oh my, Onitsha stage, everything don't pop." I saw they didn't even let you sing.
I did not sing.
Oh Lord. What was the team like? How was the team?
First off, Oja was in Lagos. He just called me. So how much may we add to the booking fee? Oja said, so Oxlade, how much maybe? Because you know, the price the same.
No. Come on, man. The price is broken the roof.
Gracie was at the back. She was one actually filming.
Yeah, she filmed. She sent it to me.
Fola was there too. He was filming. Like Giovanni was in Surulere. So it was crazy. Like, cause I heard when he called me, he didn't say anything, but the whole area was just
the streets was
screaming. Like the streets was crazy. That the shitter everywhere was mad. It was like finally our own, two of our own are actually doing this thing and still putting us on the map, so to say. So, I mean, I could say top 5 greatest nights of my life.
I know you also popped up in Ghana, but I wanted to say something. You mentioned Surulere now. During the NSAS movement, you became almost like the face of the youth. They sent me one article one time like this. Hey, I thought I was watching Thor or something. You were shirtless. You had like a stick in your arm. You were standing on the... BBC put one full article. I say, Oxlade, boy, it's a me by. No, there was no way in. You should have seen the way I was looking at the article. I said, you topless, got men they back. You. I said, is it Oxlade? What are you doing here?
Yeah, man, I'm representing.
How much does the young people, not only in Surulere, the young people in Lagos, Nigeria, the young people in Africa, how important is that group, that generation to you as a person and what you're doing?
The youth to me is my fuel. Like, to be honest, they are like majority of my audience.
Facts.
And that is the age group I still categorize myself as. That is the age group I coexist in.
Facts.
So if I'm going to stand up for anybody, who else should I stand up for?
Talk that talk.
If I'm going to protest in anywhere, where else should I protest? Just stand like the toll gate was cool, but that's not where they are mistreating my brothers.
What front, Nishita?
I beg you, like I beg bridge your leg, but like they literally, I've experienced police brutality. Like Facts. They carried me with my trouser, SML Conle. They want to me down for like they literally threw me into the bus and everybody was saying Oxlade. So like it's PTSD because I know what it feels like. I know what profiling feels like.
Facts.
Up until now, safe. Like I still experience some things and I'm like, damn man, like to be a youth is not actually easy in this generation.
Absolutely.
Because I'm not taking anything away from the generation before us.
Yep.
But I wish they fought. Because
we are trying.
Yeah, if they fought, we wouldn't need to fight
this much.
Yes.
Facts.
Because
well, they fought, but yeah, you're having to deal with a lot more.
Like right now, it's like if you don't listen to, we put you there, right? We voted for you to get there. You keep hearing people screaming, "Get your PVC, get your PVC." We gave you the power you're using against us
to oppress
us. Like, so it wouldn't make sense for me to go to the toll gate as at that point in time. And that's why I went through Surulere. I called Naya. I called all the major pillars of the hood. Alayembo, Eshebie Ranyo. Like, that means like Oxlade is coming, no war, no fight, we're coming for a peaceful protest. I went to every zone in Surulere. I begged them, I made peace with them, all the gangs, and we started this peaceful protest on this blessed day. We touched the whole of Surulere down to everywhere. And it wouldn't make sense if we did not go to the station.
These boys get wahala.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense. Like, who are we literally begging to stop police brutality?
You have to go and talk to the police. Yeah.
Respectfully and harmless. We were there. We begged them, please, stop maltreating us now. Like, we are meant to be protecting us. I don't know what happened. I just said, ta. Bring that boy on dreads. So they were actually targeting me. Bring that boy on dreads. But unluckily, Ojabi is also on dreads.
Ojabi.
So Oja just pushed me and told them to take me away. While he was pushing me,
they grabbed him.
I didn't know where he was. I already had muzzle pull. They were literally carrying me. So like when we entered one narrow way, I just looked at my back. I looked at everybody. Okay, everybody's fine. Where's Ojabi? I go on Twitter. I see them dragging a man on dreads, like 4 police using back of guns. So like, for a peaceful protest. I don't know, but I think that's one of the things that triggered Nigerians to assemble more.
No, yeah, because when they sent it to me, it was a thing of us in the UK, let's put it out. Oxlade had been touched. His manager has been arrested.
Yeah.
So everybody just started shouting, Oxlade.
Nah, first off, I never got the opportunity to say this, but I want to say a very big thank you to Nigerians. We fight within ourselves, so
facts,
but don't come for us.
Facts.
Do you understand? And that's one thing I learned during that saga, because like, who did not even burn a boy? Like, who did not do their best?
Everybody stepped
Rugged man, like from the OGs to the cool cats, to the new cats, to the old cats.
The old cats.
All the cats, bro. Like, it was crazy, man. Like, yo, like people did. We met mouths that day, and it was a thing of joy to see the youths in one accord for the first time in a long time.
Finally, and to wrap this up, I know we don't have a specific date now. There's a new single out. Ox featuring Dave, 2 Naija brothers, completely shutting it down, intoxicated, incredible. My producer loved it when I played it for him. My man was on YouTube looking for the video. I'm like, relax. You know what I mean? We just put the audio out.
Don't rush.
You know what I mean? Don't rush, man. Little time. When are we getting this album? We've been waiting on this album. I know that the partnership is Epic Records in France. Shout outs to the Epic team. When is this project coming out? How long more do we have to wait for this body of work?
Firstly, I'm sorry about the delay, because like the album was revamped. The album was meant to be ready 2 months after Colossa.
Yeah. But
when I submitted it to my executive producer, Sparks, he said, these are not songs on the album.
Let's take time.
He just said these are not songs on the album. I said, why? He said, do you want to change the song or you want to change the album? I cannot change the name of the album. I don't post that everywhere. Say, hey, una go, yeah, what? Oxlade from Africa, they come. I can't change the name of the album. Then he said, okay, you need to change the songs. So we reshuffled the songs, reselected the collaborations, and that's why it took this long. The album should be ready September. Like, it should be in your phone. September. Yeah, God's willing. Oxlade from Africa.
Oxlade from Africa, Intoxicated, is out now, featuring Dave. We're going to talk about the album when the album comes out. But right now, it's just catching up with my brother. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for one of the most talented voices out of my culture, my own brother, Oxlade from Africa!